Well, hello there guys. Today we're back with another review. This time taking a look at the most anything you can think of from the BMW range. What I mean about that, this car is the most expensive, the longest, the fastest BMW you can buy these days, and the most powerful. And that crown is bound to stay on its head for quite a while, because even if the new M5 is coming out, rumor has it, as well as my sources inside Munich, that it won't be more powerful than this car. By now you probably figured out by reading the title of the review that this is the majestic BMW M760Li xDrive. Yes, the name doesn't do it justice, but BMW wanted to emphasize on a couple of things and wanted to make sure that people get what this car stands for just by reading its name. I don't know if they succeeded, but the name is rather peculiar. So let's figure it out. So the M in front of the numbers means that this is an M performance model. So no, BMW didn't create an M7. And truth be told, I am relieved that they didn't do so, because an M7 wouldn't make sense. It would be too heavy and it would have too much body roll, no matter what they do, to be able to wear the M badge with pride and still stay true to the core essential values that represent the motorsport division. So no, this is not an M7, this is an M performance model. But even so, it will rival the offerings of the AMG brand from Mercedes with ease, because it's right up there in terms of performance. So what do the numbers mean? Well, recently, if you've been following the BMW brand, you probably noticed that the numbers on the boot don't really stand for the size of the engine under the hood. However, unlike on most models like the BMW 330i or the 320i, or I don't know, the 340i, this car doesn't have a smaller engine than what the name suggests. So we have 760i on the boot, so that would suggest a 6-liter engine, right? No, this car has a bigger engine than the name suggests. This car uses the same 6.6-liter V12 twin-turbo engine from the Rolls-Royce Ghost and the Wraith. And this is absolutely a jewel of an engine. This is the first time I'm driving a BMW V12, and I can totally understand what the hype about their V12s is all about, because they really are silky smooth. And people used to use that word when they're reviewing 3-liter straight 6 engines from BMW, which are extremely good as well, extremely well balanced. But the V12 takes it to a whole new level. It is so smooth, you can balance a coin on top of it and it will not fall. See, what did I tell you? It did not fall, it is that well balanced. Now, the balance isn't the only thing that makes V12 engines desirable. They're also quite widely known for their download torque, and now when you throw forced induction in there along with some turbochargers, you can expect a lot of torque to be delivered from seriously download RPMs. Now this car, its engine develops 610 horsepower and 800 Newton meters of torque. Now that's a figure you can hardly get your head around because it is so immense. The car actually launches in the second gear when you want to test your 0 to 100 kilometers an hour speeds, because it has so much torque the gearbox wouldn't be able to handle it in the first gear. So when you're launching it, it launches in second gear. That's how much torque this car has, and it's available from download close to 2000 RPM. So basically you always have 800 Newton meters of torque at your disposal, at the tip of your right foot, and that thing is absolutely incredible. As a matter of fact, when I started driving this car, because it is so silent in comfort mode and so comfortable and so smooth, I actually thought this is an electric car. Of course I didn't really believe it, but it felt like it. It felt like this is an electric car. It felt like a Tesla. It felt like a BMW i3. It is so smooth and so fast. Speaking of fast, let's get it over with. This car can do 100 kilometers an hour from a standstill in just 3.7 seconds. And that is the fastest car you can buy from BMW today. Of course, considering the huge amount of power, it's quite easy to understand why it's so fast, but the xDrive, the last bit of the name of the car, does wonders to keep the power in control and get it to the ground, because without it you'd surely be spinning out of control once you'd be trying to launch this car. Now this means that you basically have a rocket ship on wheels that can carry 4 people in absolute comfort and be able to race a Porsche or an older supercar on the highway. As you're about to see, the 100 km an hour benchmark is hit in a blink of an eye. So yeah, this is probably the shortest 0 to 62 miles an hour video I ever shot, because yeah, it really takes just 3.7 seconds to get to that speed. On top of that, the car is limited to 250 kilometers an hour, as we've been getting used to from German manufacturers, but you can raise that speed limit to 305 buying an optional package. You don't need it though, because let's be honest, when will you ever go, let's say, over 100 miles an hour? You won't. And you don't have to, because this car is so comfortable. You probably won't be going anywhere in a hurry because you want to spend more time inside it. The air suspension on the 7 Series is absolutely blissful to use. It is extremely comfortable, but as much as I want to emphasize on how smooth and comfortable this car is, I also have to mention the M performance side of things. This thing takes dual character to a whole new level. Now we know M cars are known for their dual character, the fact that you can take them on the track and then drive your kids to school in comfort without any problems, where they don't hold a candle compared to this. This thing is absolutely blissful in comfort mode. It is smooth, it will loft around effortlessly, but when you want to turn it into a sports car, into a fast demon for the highway, you just have to push this little button here that says sport mode, and the car absolutely transforms. Flaps in the rear mufflers open up the sound of the engine gets intoxicating both inside and outside, and it sounds so good. You'll just want to keep it in manual mode and switch between second and third gear all the time, just to hear that rumble from the V12 engine. And it goes like stink. I swear to God, it is one of the fastest car I've ever driven, and I didn't ever think that I would say that about a 7 Series, but it is seriously quick. The fact that it is so quiet inside, and you don't hear wind noise, you don't hear road noise, makes it quite dangerous, because I've been living on the edge the whole time I've had it, wondering where will the police be at to take my license away, because if you're not careful, you'll be reaching triple digit speeds in no time, and there goes your license. So you really need to be careful when you're driving it. Other than that, stick it in sport mode and throw it in a bend, and it will drive like you would never believe. I didn't believe that a car this big, this long, this heavy, it has 2.2 tons, could be so agile. Lots of the credit goes to the integral active steering that also steers the rear wheels along with the front wheels to give it more of an edge. Thanks to it, you don't ever feel crowded inside the city or outside of a city. You always feel in control of your car, and it doesn't feel as big as it really is at over 5.2 meters in length. So overall, this car is absolutely brilliant, but the question remains, should you buy it? The thing is, this car has a price tag of 202,000 euros. So for this kind of money, you could probably buy a second-hand Huracan or something like that. But the thing is, people buying this sort of car don't really care about money, but they care about their comfort, and they care about getting where they want to fast, and they care about actually driving this car compared to other luxury limousine owners that just sit in the back. And this car will reward you all the time. At the same time, forgive my repetition there, but at the same time, if you want to just relax in it, you can absolutely do it with a silky smooth V12 and somebody behind the wheel, and you can just sit in the back, stretch your legs, because the front passenger seat just folds and allows you to stretch your legs. So this car appeals to those that love luxury, love comfort, but also want to actually get in control of their car every once in a while and drive really fast. And these people tend to have a lot of money, so that's not going to be an issue. The issue is going to be whether you buy this car or another performance car. But usually BMW drivers and Mercedes-Benz drivers don't cross shop, and this car definitely has its own market out there. Nobody needs this amount of power. Nobody needs an S63 AMG or an S65 AMG or an Audi S8. Nobody needs them. Nobody's going to drive them like you see them in a Transporter, beg your pardon. But you want this opulence, you want this incredible power that makes you think that you can basically run over anything that stands in your way. You want that crazy feeling of power, and that's what this car is all about. Power. Delivering the power at the tip of your right foot in an instant, in a blink of an eye. And for that, it is absolutely brilliant. Probably the best BMW I've ever driven, and the fastest, and the craziest, and the best engine. So forgive me for my epithets, but this car is absolutely brilliant, sounds brilliant. It is absolutely out of this world. Hope you guys enjoyed my review of the BMW M760Li xDrive, and I hope to see you next time.